All right, hello and welcome everybody back to the stream. I'm your CFI. I hope everyone's doing okay today. It's kind of a random stream. I just kind of felt like flying and might as well stream what I'm flying, I guess. We're going to be going through my old stomping grounds where I used to work as a flight instructor, just not in this airplane. We'll be taking the A2A Piper Aerostar 600 variant. And we're just going to be throwing it around the southern part of Ontario. We're starting in Brampton, which is Charlie November, Charlie 3, and then we'll be taking up to Waterloo, shooting ILS into Waterloo 26, and then we will go ahead and go follow the shore all the way down to a city tour downtown, maybe land at the Island Airport, and then we'll finish up back in Brampton. I'm going to make it a bit of a, more of a, what I'm looking for, a bit darker. And that way we can have a little bit of night and sunset stuff as well. Appreciate all you guys who are in the channel or in the stream watching. Thank you so much. And we're gonna get started here pretty good. The airplane is just tied down, so we can go through the walk around feature that's in the Microsoft 2024. And I'll just say hi to Cat Minnesota. Welcome, thanks for watching. And this is, I want to say thank you, by the way, to all the channel partners. They're in the description down below. We just been sent a new lighting panel for the Airbus and the Boeing 37 from PU Air Korea. They have sent that to me all the way from Korea, so go check that video out. It has been published. And if you guys want any discounts, they're all in the description down below that you guys can go check out for Contrail and Prodesk Sim, Tobii Eye Tracker, which we'll be using. So you can all find the links down there, down below. Not bad, Minnesota. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Let's start the walk around. Actually, we'll just kind of get the airplane. I think they have a checklist built into this thing. Flight info, checklists. So we have before engine starting, pre-flight complete. Doesn't really tell you what's in the pre-flight. But all right, let's go do the walk around. Let's go do that. That's going to be hard to do. I have to cross my hands and keyboard over. But the cool thing about the A2A airplanes is they have a living, breathing airplane, which means you can check the oil and check the fuel and check your airplane. And if your airplane was treated poorly, it's going to reflect in your walk around, and you'll actually see like dirt and grime and all that kind of stuff. You can see from the last time we've flown it, there's been some bug accumulation on the nose here. So it's a pretty cool feature that I think A2A is pretty sole in, the only really company that does that. We should be able to check the oil here. I wish I could get a little higher. Oh, it went away. Go back. I'll get it eventually. So it looks like we're just under 9 quarts. I don't know what this airplane would take. The airplane I used to fly, I think the Seminole ran on 5s. So it's a bit more than what we used to use, but that's more than fine. Sometimes the cap or the flap here sometimes has it written on what is required, what's the max and the min. You can see there's our static port. And this is what provides static pressure reading to our altimeter, vertical speed, and it also assists in our airspeed. So if that's blocked or clogged, you're not going to have a great time in the air, especially if you're IFR. Looking for dents and cracks in the wing. The nav and strobe lights look okay. I wonder if you can way to get under. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you'd want to check the hinges as much as possible, but you can't really do that here. Flaps don't retract them, but their own thing. That's good. You have a avgas only, and it tells you 100 low lead or 100 grade only. can't really tell how much that's supposed to be, but there's fuel in there, I can tell you that much. Avgas is, I don't know, that is blue. Oh, we missed over here as well. So you can also check the fuel. Looks like it's pretty full in the left wing as well. I'm not sure if this airplane has drains. Usually there's a drain for the fuel. I'm thinking that, yeah, there we go. So put the cup in the tank or into the drain. Oh, I kind of wanted to look at it. Is there a way I can zoom in on this? Okay, well, anyways, in real life, you would check each tank, each drain that you have, and you're looking for any dirt and grime, anything in there. I'd like to get, I guess this is as close as I can possibly get to it. Kind of. And more, and also you're looking for any water. So if there's any water in the tank, you're going to want to keep draining the tank until there's no water anymore. And this type of cup actually has usually a filter. So you don't have to just spill it on the ramp. You're not really supposed to spill it on the ramp like that. You can actually just filter and throw it back into your fuel tank. Well, I guess we could put our baggage in the, look how the tail gets heavy in the cargo compartment. We can close that. It's all nicely closed and ready to go. We can remove our wheel chock on the left side as well. Looking at the tail, looks pretty good. Go ahead and remove our pitot cover right there. On these type of airplanes, on twins, anything with nose wheel steering, you're not going to want to move the rudder because it's connected to the nose wheel. It looks like, look at all this bug splatter that's been, I've had about maybe 2 hours on this airplane on the airframe, so it actually accumulates like dirt and stuff, which is pretty cool. No scratches, anything going on with the horizontal stabilizer. I know I can't speak. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. It looks like, oh, it looks like I had an identification plate, but can't seem to get it. Take the tie down out of the way. Yeah, there's an identification plate. So that's metal because it's supposed to survive a fire. I actually don't know what this is. It looks almost like... Okay, yeah, there's some sort of walking glitch spot here. But it is early access, so... Yeah, I don't know what that is. Could be ADS-B or something. I'm not really sure what that is. There's the trim tab. The trim tab's just on one side. Pretty standard in these general aviation airplanes. Anyways, we're just going to do a quick run around. Alright, but things actually can be broken in your walk around. So if you fly this plane a lot and you fly it for, you know, a year, you could potentially find a problem. We'll check this much oil. That's showing just under 9. You'd want to check the squat switch and the gear and all that. Probably on the right gear from memory, but anyways. We'll get inside. Do the part that everyone likes to do. And I guess for some reason my views aren't working anymore. So let's just make a quick view. I'll sign that. Let's sign that. There we go. Anyways, we can get going here. I'm not really going to do a checklist, but if you wanted it, it's in flight info. You have a whole checklist here. Engine start, warm up the engine, all that kind of stuff. Or run up, I should say. Let's go ahead and close the door, which you kind of click somewhere up there, and it does it. And they are locked and both safe. We can go ahead and throw the master on. Parking brake is still on, so that's good. Left and right alternators. Beacon and nav lights can come on. Fuel both can go on. Make sure there's no one nothing going on in the back. We're all good there. Props full forward. And we'll do a little bit of throttle. And we're just going to crank the left magneto first. Do this. Hopefully you can kind of see it. And sometimes if it doesn't start, my little trick that works real world as well is you got to give it a little bit of a pump of air from the throttle, and that usually gets her going. Left engine's going, looking good. Let's bring the left throttle down to about 1,000 RPM. Everyone's looking in the green, and if it's not, it'll be climbing. Let's go ahead and start the right engine. So here nothing's going on. I'm gonna pump the right throttle. Starts up, 1,000 RPM. Jar pressure's all good. Everything's looking pretty good. The oil temperature is gonna rise up shortly here, and the hydraulic pressure is now come up as well. So our flaps have been energized and they've come up. We'll put it back in neutral. All right, well, we can go ahead and don't really need much else down there. We're going to do our avionics master on. Got all our radios turned on. Let that do its self-test. And we're pretty much good to taxi here. All right. Let's go ahead and press B for altimeter. It's going to set it to our current pressure. It's roughly 936 in Brampton is the elevation. Our compass is showing roughly north, or our heading indicator, I should say. The compass is pointing 240. So let's go ahead and we're going to right click. And can I scroll? Oh, I can. That's much better. Looking for 240. And that looks pretty good. We should be good to taxi. So we're going to go ahead and go over to the run-up circle. We'll go to the parking brake off. And I have realistic steering turned off. I believe in this airplane it uses this nose wheel steering button down here, but it's quite a pain to use. So I'm just going to use my rudder pedals. It looks like the wind is from the south today. I don't really expect too many viewers today. I appreciate the guys that are here. This is more just... We're just going for fun. We're going to take a little trip for fun. I'll load up my Moza profile for the Aerostar. There we go. We're going to put ourselves into the wind. About there. And we'll stop here. Now, in real world, you don't want to stop here because you'd be blocking this exit. But, there's no one in the sim, so we'll be okay. All right, let's go ahead and bring our... Everything's full rich and ready to go. Let's go ahead and bring our throttle up to 2,000 RPM. Actually, we'll do 1,800. The brakes are holding nicely. There we go. We're going to go ahead and check our left side magneto. Let's go ahead and put our headphones on. So we'll do our left magneto. That was a massive drop. Those mags are not that great. Let's see if we can make it hotter in that engine. We're gonna run it rough and hot, and then hopefully we can burn any of that soot and stuff that's collected on the mag. It should be only a like a 100, 200 RPM drop. That's for a regular, you know, Seminole 172 type stuff. I'm assuming it'd be roughly the same here. They have engine, they want 1,500 RPM, so let's drop back to 1,500 RPM. It's pretty low, actually. Can't really check much at 1,500, but we can do that. Extra rich, check for 28 volts. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 2,100 RPM makes more sense. We've been running it quite rough. Let's put the mixture back. Let's go ahead and go to both. 175 is the max RPM drop. We got like a 300. Let's check the right. That makes sense. We only lost 100. Back to both. Left. Yeah, that mag is fouled. That mag is gone. So let's put it back to both. We'll report that. We'll bring it back to maintenance. We can do that with a little iPad. Let's check the right-hand side now. Left. About 175. Back to both. Right. About 100. Right side is all fine. Let's go ahead and cycle our props. So we're going to do the left-hand side first. We're watching for the RPM drop. There it goes. Bring it back to full forward. We're going to check the manifold this time while doing the same thing. All I'm doing is I'm bringing our prop lever down. Not all the way to feather, but manifold should increase. That works. Kind of saw the fuel flow already do it as well, so we'll say that's good. And let's check the right side. Right RPM works. And the right manifold pressure increased well, and the right side fuel flow decreased as well. So we're looking good there. What we're going to do is we're going to throw all of them both in idle, both engines. Ron, hey, welcome. Just to let you know, I only hear your voice. Oh, that's strange. That's, again, my fault. I thought it would have auto-took the game. Sorry about that, guys. I keep doing that. Every stream it does that. Thank you for letting me know. You guys have to let me know a lot sooner. Because I can't hear what OBS is doing. Like, I don't know what it has or what it doesn't have, so... But thank you for letting me know. We'll go back to the maintenance section, please. Thank you. And let's do an inspection. Not the propeller. Close that. I want magneto. There should be a magneto section. It is early access, so anything you see here will be getting fixed. Let's do an engine analyzer. Number 1. Let's put it to 2100 RPM. All right, let's go ahead and go to left magneto. Let's try right magneto to see the difference. Can I fix just one magneto? I guess I can't. Oh, the left magneto works now. Yeah, look at that. If we go back, left magneto, only lost 100. That's a lot more respectable. Last time we lost like 500. So we'll go on both. And I'll bring the left one back down to 1000 RPM. Yeah, this thing has so many features in it. It's pretty cool. You can make it a used. You sure you wish? Yeah, let's do a used engine. It's going to restart everything here. So now we're a used airframe. We don't know what's broken, so you actually want to check. You actually want to check your instruments and all that kind of stuff. I already can hear something's going on with one of these. Hear that? Hear that shaking? Let's run this left engine rougher. Let's go ahead and bring the mixture down. Right engine's doing okay. There we go. Here it getting warmer. Burning off all that garbage in there. That's a nicer sounding engine. Let's go ahead and match the right engine with it. The left engine still has a bit more juice, or right engine has a bit more juice still. That's probably because of the mixture. Let's go ahead and go full rich. There we go. That's how we sorted out our problem. So if you guys have a rough running engine and you're in the used, like if you have an older engine in this airplane, go ahead and run it at about 2000 RPM and just start leaning this mixture until it starts to run rough and leave it there. Leave it there for a good 2 minutes or so and you'll hear it gets better. So we'll do one more check, go up to 2100 RPM. Notice the needles nicely coming together. A little bit of jumps here and there, that's fine. They're different engines, so they might not perform completely correctly. And now that we're on used engines, we should just check the mags one more time. Lost 100. About the same, back to both. About 110. That works. That all worked nicely. All right, we're good to go take off. The sounds in this thing are incredible, at least in my opinion. Let's go ahead and do the parking brake off in a second. Where's the wind coming from? So we're taking off 1.5 today. Shaq, hey, welcome. What did you do to fix the RPM drop on the Magneto? Explain your thought process. So I don't know if you heard, but basically what happens is when those mags get fouled, it's usually because people are taxiing with full rich mixture. So what we're due for taxis, you want to make sure this is full rich, which means you're pumping a lot of fuel in those in the engines, and it can't burn all that fuel because you're at very low power settings. So for taxi, you want to lean it. However, if you haven't leaned the mixture, which means you haven't taken fuel out of the mixture process or out of the fuel air process, it's gonna start to form like gumps of not fully burned fuel, and it can foul on the spark plugs. And basically what we're doing is we're gonna run the engine at high RPM and bring this mixture down until it's running really rough. And the reason we're doing that is because when the engines are, or when you lean the mixture, fuel actually acts as a coolant as well as obviously fuel. So by leaning the mixture, we're taking out some coolant as well to the process, and it makes it very hot, and it'll burn all that gunk that's built up on the spark plugs. You can see we have a left alternator fault light there, and that's mainly because I selected our see if I add some power. I add power, it goes away. Notice that? So it's not actually a problem, it's just because we're at a lower RPM. That happens with the used setting. I'm on the used setting of airplanes, so we might encounter some failures, and you hear the brakes are all old and squeaky. So it's a really cool plane in that regard, what you can do with it. All right, let's go ahead and hold the brakes here. We're going to idle at 1,000 RPM. You always want to be idling at 1,000 in these kind of piston prop kind of guys. Let's go ahead and bring the tablet back. We'll go, I always do that. Go flight info, checklist before takeoff. Cabin doors closed and locked. Controls are free. Let me go ahead and put Toby eye tracker on for this. You have to click it sometimes 3 times in Microsoft Flight Sim to get it to work. There we go. Now it's on. So we'll go pull up, pull down. Can't see, but it's probably fine. And can't see any of it, but it's hopefully fine. Incorrect. Mixture full forward. Our fuel selectors are on. 1 and 2. Our props are full forward. That's right, those 2 guys in the middle. Our boost pumps on. I'm gonna change my Toby settings because they're a little sensitive, and I'd like to control it a bit better. Thanks, Shaq. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead, bring this pitch down a little bit. Well, maybe we'll turn Toby off for this. I'll put it on the air. All right, anyways, our fuel pumps 1 and 2 are turned on. Our instruments, let's move this over there. I like the, oh, look at that, the yoke reappears. That's a nice feature, actually. This is how you know developers are flight simmers, is when they deal with stuff like that, and like, you know what, we should probably make that a feature. I'll put our transponder all too now that we're short of the runway as well. But we're showing 330. That's pretty much correct because we're short of 1.5, so that's looking good. Altimeters are all set, and our artificial horizon can be set just a little bit more up. Our radios, Brampton's frequency is 1233. You know what? Maybe we should do this on VATSIM, guys. There's no one in the area at all, but I can make radio calls and stuff if you guys want me to do that kind of thing. Let me bring up VPilot. I don't understand how people are more interested in like the 320 versus this. So much more to learn. There's much managed, and yeah, the 320 is a cool plane, but to me this is definitely it's a bit more engaging. You know what I mean? A bit more fun in that regard. I'm just gonna log into VATSIM here. There we go. 600 is us. Perfect. We'll connect. And I don't think anyone's here. VATSIM has some weird rules with how their airspace works. In real life, this is an uncontrolled airport, so I don't need to talk to anybody. I don't need a flight plan. But sometimes they in VATSIM they have different rules. So we'll go on 122.8. We'll say radios are set. By the way, guys, if you guys are just joining in, what we're doing today is I used to work at this airport as a flight instructor, and we're going to be going over to Waterloo, which I just downloaded the scenery for, CYKF, which is over here. Right there. And then we're going to go down to the shoreline, take a left, all VFR, go to the Toronto Island, do some city tour on the city, and then we'll have a flight over Pearson back over to Brampton. That's our current plan. We're going to shoot the ILS into Waterloo as well, just so CYKF, just so we can kind of see how I can do it. Maybe even do a hold over there. I haven't done a hold in a long time. I think they got rid of their VOR though, unfortunately, so I'd have to put the GPS on to do it. Should be an ILS 26. There it is. They have the ILS still. Oh, they have one. Okay, 115.0 and 10.7. So I'll put that away. Do 15.0. And on the standby, I'll put 10.7 for now, or on nav 2. So we're all good to go in that regard, and we'll kind of figure that stuff out in the air there. I've actually never I've never used the VOR in this airplane yet, so yeah, we'll take off and we'll figure it out. Flap 0 to 20. Let's do 15, kind of in the middle there. Oh, too much. There we go. Kind of 18 now. Trim is set. The trim is down here. I don't know what you set. I assume it'd be level. That's what most general aviation airplanes are. It's just 0, 0, 0. Pitot heat's not required. Parking brake released and throttle full forward. All right, so we can get rid of that and we'll make a call. Brampton traffic. Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima landing at probably 1-5 Brampton. I was squawking 1200 a couple of days in class golf airspace, and I got ping from center. Yeah, yeah. And we're clear left and clear right. Hear that little undertone bass? That's our fuel pumps on. And the way I'm looking around, guys, is with Tobii eye tracker. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and let's move my view a little bit up, tiny bit. Yeah, that's okay. Holding the brakes, we're gonna go ahead and set 2,000 RPM. Everything is in the green. We're gonna release the brakes. A little bit of wind correction. And full power. The problem that I am having is my rudders are very sensitive. So I'm gonna have to change that. Alright, positive rate, we'll go gear up. And let's go ahead and save those engines. We're going to bring the flaps up. And we're going to bring our power back to about 25. So what we're doing is called, what we teach in the twins was 25 squared. So for climb, I'll kind of explain this better once we're on our way. But for a climb, we got 25 manifold, 25 RPM. So we don't want we never want our manifold to exceed our RPM for a various long period of time. Brampton traffic Foxtrot Yankee Alpha. That's the wrong call sign. Brampton traffic Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is east of the field, southeast of the field, 2000, climbing 2300, and we're departing west towards Waterloo, Brampton. Okay, we're going to stay below 2,500 as that's the Class Charlie shelf with Toronto Pearson that's just in the left-hand wing. And it's roughly this way. I'm completely just going based off of old Dead Reckoning that I used to fly from this route. It's roughly this way. We're going to get a VOR shortly going on. Going to trim all of this out so it all flies nicely. And now that we're not in cruise, but now that we're cruising, I can go ahead and go 23 squares. Let me go throw the autopilot on, and I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and move this heading indicator more to the center. Takes a long time. There we go. We're gonna go autopilot on. I come down here and go on, alt, and heading mode, and we'll do autopilot trim as well. So we're in cruise. Let's do 23 squared. So we're gonna bring these guys up just a little bit. There's 22. We're gonna fix the left engine a little bit more, and we're gonna go ahead and bring our props down to 23. Notice as I bring the props down, the manifold increases. So that's why I put it just a little under. That's why I put the manifold about 22. As I bring those props from 25 to 23, our manifold comes up. I can show you this exaggerated. Watch this. I'm going to pull my props, my blue levers. These two here, I'm going to pull them down. Watch the manifold. Look how it increases. See that? By bringing the props back. There we go. We never really want the manifold to exceed the RPM as much as possible. And now we're just kind of cruising along. Not picking up any signal on the VOR just yet. Probably should add our landing and strobes on. Let's turn our fuel pumps off now. And we can turn those off, I guess, at this point. We'll put our flaps back in the neutral position. Gears up, no lights. To, from. Oh, that's kind of cool. It gives you that kind of information. .1097 gives me something. Let me go ahead and bring my Navigraph chart back up. It's 110.7, however, though. And a Waterloo, I think it's just DME that it gives me. That's okay. We're actually going... my Dead Reckoning was pretty good. I used to fly this route quite a bit. So we're right here. And we need to turn right just a little bit. Yeah, it's just a, that's why it's just a DME. There's no actual VOR anymore. They got rid of it. So we're just going to turn right just a little bit. And we'll be basically on course to Waterloo. And what we can do, guys, is I'm going to turn myself off of the map. And I wish I can put it, I wish I can flip the map, but I can't. Go away. Okay, oh, go away. Can this go away? There, alright. And what we can do is we're going to climb up a little bit, but what I like to do, real world, what I used to teach, we can slow down a little bit, is look for something outside, at least 2 or 3 things that you can kind of get a bearing with, and then you can go to the map and try to find yourself as much as possible. You know, we departed Brampton, and we were about, you know, it's been about 3 minutes, 4 minutes at 160 knots, so that's about, what, 7 miles covered, so we should be roughly over here. somewhere around that kind of area. But I think we're actually over Acton when I turned it on. Let's go ahead and climb up a little bit higher, and then we'll have a better way to check outside. See if I can do tell it to go up. There we go. Maybe. So now we're gonna start climbing to 3,500. Raid, hey, welcome. Get your nav1 going as well. Use the HSI for fun. Yeah, we're gonna get the HSI working. We don't have a, we only have DME at the airport coming up. So you can see where it's counting down. This is our DME right here. This is our distance measuring equipment, is what DME stands for. So this is our distance from Waterloo. So once we're probably about 10 miles, you can see the ILS has already come alive right there. And the freak was, or the approach course, I don't think I have the approach course memorized. I used to. Don't do that though. Always check your stuff. Approach course of 255. Let's go ahead and spin this. Can I hold left shift? This takes forever. So 255 is right there. We're gonna come right a little bit to a heading of west, and or actually a heading of 280 or so, and we'll level off here at 8,000 feet or 3,000 feet. Sorry. Press the Alt button. Gonna bring our power back just a bit because I want to be ready for it. Okay, it looks like we're over a city right now. The city has a pond or something on the south side of it. Kind of a hazy day today. I'm gonna go ahead and say we're over here. Let's turn my thing on. Over Georgetown. Nope, I'm over Guelph. That kind of makes sense. Because Guelph is pretty big city. But if you actually have a map, it's actually easier than using this thing, because you would rotate the map in the direction that you're going. Notice the ILS coming alive. Let's start turning left to a heading of 260. We're at 8 miles. Basically be an 8-mile final for 26. And we're going to turn to a heading of 255. That's regardless of wind. We're going to have to adjust for wind after. And let's also make the top one about 8 miles still. Let's go ahead and make the top one 10.7. So we got the HSI alive now too. Glide slope's alive. I'm going to go autopilot disconnect. And we're just going to follow this on down as well. Alright, that's the gear warning horn. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna go autopilot off. Oh, that's avionics. Oops. Autopilot trim off, autopilot off. And we're gonna go gear down. And we'll go props full forward, mixture full forward. You need a hell of a lot of trim. And we're gonna go flaps to the 20 position. So we're gonna come right. It looks like going to the course of 255 brings us off the Yoke. So that means there's a ton of wind. We're gonna go right of track, and we're gonna adjust for the glide slope as well. Waterloo traffic. Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is performing ILS runway 26, 5-mile final, Waterloo. We're a little low, so I'm going to go ahead and add power and level off. And we're slowly coming back on track, but that wind is keep bringing us off. So we're going to go back to the right, and we'll stay on this Yoke. Alright, the gear is down. We got flaps set to 15. That's pretty good for right now. The localizer is coming back in. The glide slope was just slightly low. We're going to go ahead and put the rest of our flaps in there. I'm not visual just yet. I think oh, yes I am. I see the runway right there. Pretty hazy day. Not great. The switches are so close together. Yeah, that's very, very close together. Obviously, I didn't set this up nowhere near as properly as you would in real life. We didn't do a tune identify, test select on the frequencies, and I should have got the weather and blah blah, but we're just having some fun. We're just gonna screw around. It's VFR, so we're just kind of having some fun. Waterloo traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is an Aerostar, 3-mile final, 26 Waterloo. And I'm visual now, so I'm not going based off the Yoke or the glide slope or anything. Go ahead and turn Tobii eye tracker back on. It's going to be a touch and go. So we're going to raise our flaps up after we land to a roughly a 15 setting or so. That's cool that they model the, that guy's pretty far away. Winds from the left. So we're going to have some right rudder. Some left aileron. Hold it off. Flaps up. Retrim. Gear up. And now that we went to Waterloo, we're going to go hit the coastline and follow it towards the city. Waterloo traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is on the touch and go. Westbound, correction, going to be southbound, 2000, climbing 3500. Waterloo. Okay, let's go ahead and save our engine. So we'll go 25 on the, well, actually we'll go 24 on the manifold, 25 on the prop, and 24 on the manifold will become 25. If it doesn't, I'll fix it. Let's go ahead and turn left towards the coast. 500 feet to, actually 1,000 feet to go to 3,500. And we're gonna do APT, attitude power trim. So we're about to level off. Let's go ahead and push the nose down towards the horizon. 2/3 sky, 1/3 ground. That's attitude. P is power. We're going to go ahead and reduce to about 23 on same as we did earlier. And the last one is trim. And I went to 30,000, didn't I? I've been flying IFR so much, I'm not used to 3,500, but we can do it more of an en route climb. We'll just keep this power setting and come on up. A little ton of trim required to make this work. There we go. Waterloo traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima, 3,500. 2 miles to the south field. We're exiting southeast towards city center, Waterloo. And now we're going to go for a Toronto city tour, which we used to do quite a bit, but ever since it got popular, ATC's basically put a stop to it. Let's go ahead and fix our props a little bit because they're kind of out of sync. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and lean our mixture just a little bit. Let me go ahead and give you guys a camera for the... There we go. You guys can see my throttle and all that. Awesome. We'll go and throw the autopilot on. I kind of wish this heading indicator moved faster than what it does. Because that takes like way too long. Oh, holding left shift helps a little bit. So roughly about that heading will be fine for us. And we're gonna go flap to neutral, autopilot master, auto trim, autopilot on, heading altitude. Really appreciate you guys all jumping in as well and watching the stream. These streams usually don't perform too good because they are, you know, most people like the airline stuff, but anyways, those are all good. And the reason that we basically can't hear that guy is because they're just, he's just really far away from our location of where we are. Here's a trivia question for any of you guys watching. When you tune a VOR, especially in these older type airplanes, what is the process you'll go through, even an ILS as well? What's the process you're going to go through to tune an ILS or a VOR? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 steps that you have to do to tune it properly. I'm actually going to increase my roll rate a little bit. It's a little too weak. And it never changes unless I reset the sim, so it'll come on the next one. Ghost, yeah, it is Waterloo, Ontario. It is. Or it was. We're gone now. Waterloo's just over that way. I got some views for the engines now that I can show you guys. And Bill, thanks for watching as well. Thanks for commenting. We're on the way to the Toronto City Centre on the There's another traffic call. We're kind of between Hamilton and Waterloo right now. So what I can do is, here's the map. Right? We were here. We're flying roughly a heading of 120, so east is this. 120 is roughly like this, so we're probably somewhere in here. What we can do is we can check around ourselves to see what kind of cities and railways, and it's a little easier to see that stuff real world than it is in the sim. But kind of get a general idea. I'd call that roughly 15 miles, and you see that bend in the lake. That bend in the lake is right here. We're about 15 miles traveling this way, so I'm gonna say we're probably right around, let me look outside, cutting this at an angle like this. We're probably around here. That'd be my rough guess. You know, that's my rough estimate. On the right hand side we have a racetrack that always there's, or usually actually on the 2 of them, 3 of them, or they're just random objects. But the maps we use for flight training will actually have those. I don't really see it on this VNC, unfortunately, but let me put my telemetry on and see how close I am. Pretty good, right? And that's all just looking outside. What do you have to use with your surroundings, and then you can put your map to it. And basically we're gonna hit the shore and we're gonna turn left. Hamilton area traffic, it's Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima. We're north of Hamilton, 3,500. north of Hamilton by 20 nautical miles. We're eastbound towards city center, Hamilton. Click on VFR, you can change the sectionals. Oh, okay. Ah, there we go. Yeah, now we have the racetracks and everything. Oh, it changes itself a little bit when I zoom on in. That's okay. Yeah, these are different symbols than the one we use in where I trained as IFR high, but that's pretty good. Coming up on Burlington, and the airport's just north of us. Burlington is a very busy airport with a ton of traffic in the circuit. Exhibit A. I'll make a call over at Burlington as well. So right now we'd call that southwest. This northwest south. Burlington air traffic. Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is southwest of Burlington, 3,500 southwest by 20 miles. We're going to be hitting the coastline and traveling eastbound to city. Burlington. Copy, thanks. Let's crop this a little bit for you guys so you don't see all the garbage on the left. Got my pajamas on the right. See how I can fix this camera. There we go. That looks better. About to hit the coastline. I'll put that away for now. And we're basically just going to turn left over the coast. And I believe from memory, people traveling eastbound are over the land. And this map doesn't actually tell you about that, but in our maps they'll actually have arrows. Or no, is it over the water? I think it's over the water when you're traveling eastbound, so we're gonna stay over the water like this. Give you guys an outside view here. So Hamilton's over there. Niagara Falls. You guys want to go to Niagara Falls? Put in the comments if you want to go to Niagara Falls. It's just over there by like 50 miles. I don't hear the other traffic. Is it me? Oh. Let's do this. There we go. Now you'll be able to hear them. Looks like we've got some fog layer coming up. It's very hot, so no pitot heat's required. We technically can't fly through that. Should be considered a cloud. We'd have to descend below it. So we'll see when we get a little bit closer to it. But yeah, guys, Niagara Falls is just over there. And we're definitely within gliding distance to shore, and we got twin engine, which is nice. We can save Niagara Falls for a different stream as well if you guys want to. Let's go ahead and turn a little bit more inland so we can stay closer to the shore. We'll throw our lights on as well, as we're just kind of close to a lot of traffic that likes to stick around here, so. Yeah, it looks like it's very thin fog. Let's go see how our engines are doing. Got 23, they're kind of bouncing around a little bit. That's okay. Let's go ahead and up our manifold just a little bit towards 23. There we go. Let's see if I can get these to... Now, a little trick, guys. If your props are out of sync, let me go ahead and pull this left prop down a little bit. You hear that? Wait. Hear that? What you want to hear, if I keep making these matched, is if you hear any vibrations, your engines aren't synced up. So that's how you can do that. And sometimes these being together on your left here, I got a hair there on your left, sometimes these being together doesn't actually equal the engines being together. The engines are two separate engines. They work independently. Everything else here is in the green, nicely going. Go ahead and lean our mixture a little bit. A little bit more. There we go. Toronto Pearson's going to be on the left-hand side coming up shortly. Toronto City Center traffic, it's Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima. We are approximately 15 miles to the west, 3,500, descending 2,500 inbound city tour, Toronto City. All right, let's go ahead and descend ourselves. We're going to go autopilot disengaged. And I'm going to turn the switch off as well. The city's just coming up in the distance there shortly. We're going to descend down to 2,000 is usually where they put you. We'll go ahead and slow ourselves down. We're kind of going to hug this shore a little bit. We're still over the water, but we're going to hug it a little bit more in case we need to an engine failure and we have to glide to shore. Not much we can really do, to be honest, though. I mean, there's not much we can glide to, but we are legal. I don't know why in 2024 Tobii Eye Tracker like needs 5,000 clicks to turn it on, but about 300 feet to go till we level off at 2,000 feet. Actually a bit farther, about 30 miles actually, but oh well. That was a rough guess based on what loaded in the sim there. Appreciate you guys watching. If you go ahead and hit the like button for me as well, I'd really appreciate that. Kind of cool as we get closer to the city here, the turbulence starts to increase. That actually is quite real because there is so many buildings that the mechanical turbulence will start to increase a little bit. The city, by the way, is over there. We're just going to kind of hug this coast and bring around town over there. Do you think most of the kinks are worked out in the Aerostar now? I haven't had any kinks. Except for a tiny two little little walking bugs where it didn't let me walk somewhere. Other than that, I think this airplane's awesome. I'm loving it. Go ahead and throw that on. A lot of money to put your boat there. Let's go ahead and slow down a little bit. We're going to turn right. Oh, please. Usually they tell you stay north of the tower, stay south of the tower. We're going to do north of the tower, so we're going to stay north of the CN Tower there for our tour. City Center traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is going to be 2,000 feet north of the tower for a city tour. Oh, autopilot disengaged. Auto trim off. And we'll give you guys some good views of the city coming up here. And this is perfectly legal to do in real life. I've done these. They are a lot of fun. A little unnerving because there's nowhere to glide to other than the airport on the right. So if you can't make that, then you're out of luck. We'll throw the autopilot back on. And altitude. Left, 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 left. There we go. Oh, I just hit the gear down. Let's not do that. Just always take a multi. Yeah, the place I used to work, you weren't allowed to rent a multi. It was instruction only due to insurance reasons, unfortunately. So you were forced to take it a single. The other thing is the multis are expensive. Like, unless you have a lot of money, you're spending a lot of money on a multi. It's about 500 an hour nowadays. But yeah, in an ideal world, Reed, 100% agree. They also fly so much nicer. Multi-engine airplanes just fly so much better than a 172 or any of that kind of stuff, in my opinion. All right, well, they were using, we got a crosswind there. We'll probably use 2-4 at the city center. Kind of doing a steep turn right now. A nice steep turn, might I add. Pretty level. It's funny because I just watched that movie American Made with Tom Cruise. Play Aerostar, yeah. Yeah, I love that movie. City center traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is becoming over at the field. Mid left downwind, runway 24, city 26. I think it's actually 26. I kind of just guessed. From memory, the circuit height was like 1300. So we're gonna go ahead and descend. That's the gear warning horn, don't worry about that. Yeah, it's 0826. Toronto City Center traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is overhead the field now, joining mid left downwind 26. No one's on the right. No one's on the left. This is actually a noise sensitive area right here on the left side. A lot of rich people don't want you to go overhead and buzz them. I think that's circuit height. I think it's actually 100 feet higher from memory. I've done zero research into this stream. I just kind of want to fly around. I think it's 13. There we go. City center traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima, turning downwind 26. City. It's actually Billy Bishop, is what I should be saying, but everyone knows city center. Yeah, this airplane flies so well with this yoke. There it is right there. We're gonna go flap to the 10 position. Let's bring a little bit of power out and we'll go flap 10. And usually they want you to come through Frenchman's Bay, if I remember what it's called. This little section right here between the islands, because it's noise sensitive, but sometimes they'll say early base and they'll let you turn over the island for noise.
Toronto Island traffic on 23, Mike Patel Uniform Cessna 310, 11 miles southwest, 1,500 feet inbound, showing left downwind 26 in about 4 minutes.
I'm gonna go gear down. Toronto Island traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima, turning base 26. Here we're showing high. We'll go to the next stage of flaps. We'll go props full forward, mixture full forward. A lot of trim. A lot of trim. We'll start turning final here. And we'll go full flap. Front island traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima, turning final 26, touch and go. All right, everything's full. Gear is down 3, green. 4,000 feet of runway, tons of room. Not really following the pappies, I'm following just down to the numbers here. Getting a little bit of lag. I don't know why we're lagging so much. Alright, flaps up, let's retrim. Toronto Island traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is on the touch and go, remaining in the circuit, 26.
Yankee Alpha Lima for Michael Stilling Form. I got you in sight. We're 6 miles west, 1,500 feet. I'll come in behind you, number 2, full stop 26.
Check, we're just turning crosswind now, 26. Hey, I've flown out of here before with a 172 and it's... Oh, I turned a little bit too much. It's a little unnerving. Be over the water with a single engine. Toronto Island, it's Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima, turning downwind 26. We're just going to stay configured, gear down, mixture and props full forward. Not going to go too fast. No really reason to go too fast. But this is the island they don't want you flying over in real life. They want you a bit more to the over the water. Alright, let's go ahead and turn base. We'll take out some power. Go flap 10. Rhode Island, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima, turning base 26. And again, they wouldn't really want you to turn this close, especially over these houses and things. Our next stage of flap.
I can tell you for mid left downwind 26, city center, full stop.
Full flap. On Foxtrot AK Alpha Lima is turning short final. 26. Touch go. The other thing you got to contend with over here when flying over here is you got a lot of Q400 traffic from Porter and Air Canada Express. And they will leave a big wake behind them. Oh yeah, man. King Bog, thanks for texting, or thanks for chatting. The Moza Yoke is awesome. You need to do a lot of setup with profile, but it is amazing. Yeah, we get some lag when we come down here. That's interesting. We didn't get any in Waterloo. A little bit of left, right rudder pedal. A little bit of left aileron. Flaps up. Retrimming.
I'm telling for left base 26 City Center. Full time.
City Center, Foxtrot Alpha Lima is clear, 26. Next destination, Brampton, departing the zone west. Alright, we'll go gear up. Flaps up. Let's go ahead and save our engines. 25 on the manifold, 25 on the props. And I believe from memory, I don't have the map with me right now, to fly back west, it's over the island, or over the land. We're going to take a different course. We're going to take over, not really direct, but we're going to go over Pearson, which I have done before. They don't offer it too many times, but if you ask nicely sometimes and they're not busy, they will give it to you. Feels like the trim does nothing in this airplane. I'm trimming for like hours. There we go. City Center traffic. Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is leaving the zone 3 miles west. 1,800, calling 2,500. We're going to be transiting over Pearson, direct at Brampton. City Center. Oops, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Usually they actually want you to stay at 2,000 real world, so we'll just descend back down to 2,000. And basically, the plan, I'll bring this over here, is we're about to just turn right and head direct back to the airport we started from, direct to Brampton. And I can put in Toronto's VOR, which is 11215. There's 2,000. We're going to pull up to hold. There it is. We're 6 miles. Let's see what radial I'm on currently. We're on the 210 radial. I'm gonna put the autopilot on just for the time being. Let's not turn it on because this isn't set. Come back this way, please. Thank you. Turn that on, that on. I'm gonna quickly find our, I wish I could measure a course. But from here to here is probably, it's north 300, I'd call it, roughly. So let's try to track the 300 radial inbound. So we're going to do that. Oh, always does that. Unclick, and let's go to heading of west, and we'll get back on that 300 radial, or technically it's a bearing, because we're going to the station. A cool little thing is you can go over here and press 2. We're on that. That's the 2 right now, and we're from 112, which is kind of a cool little thing. So we want, oh, turn that back on. We want 300. Notice we're coming up to it, so we'll turn back to the right. We're so close. We're over at Pearson like right now. So that's why we're not really going to not really going to have a good needle strength on that. There it is. I should have been more over the runways, but I was kind of more inside to see how the VORs were kind of working. Trying to pair some traffic. It's Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is west of the airport, 2,000 feet. We're transiting north to Brampton. I guess I should be talking on CTAF. And Brampton's a bit more this way. We're going to turn right. Just from looking out the window. I'm gonna bring this back to 23. We'll lean these out a little bit. Don't really need the VOR anymore. And we're coming in from the south. And we're landing 1-5, so we can basically just join the straight in downwind. You can see we're on a pretty straight shot for where we're going. It's almost like I used to do this for a living. So Brampton should be coming up. I just randomly guessed. I'm like, it's roughly this way. Should be coming up just slightly on the left-hand side. And we're just going to join. There it is. On the left there, so we're going to join the left downwind for 1-5. We'll go autopilot disengaged, autopilot auto trim. That's all off. Brampton traffic. Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is 7 miles to the south of the field, descending 1,900, joining straight in downwind 1-5 Brampton. So this is one of the tricky ways to come in from, just because you have a lot of people take in real life. This is one of the busiest airports in the world. It's all uncontrolled, or sorry, busiest airports in Canada, and it's all uncontrolled. And what you'll have is a lot of people taking off from 1-5, coming at you this way, crosswind and then turning downwind. This is Highway 10 right here. Let's go ahead and slow down a little bit. Gonna do our gumps check a little early. Fuel and props are all on. Or mixture and props. So go ahead and fuel pump on, fuel pump on. Ton of trim required. There we go. Brampton traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima is established, left downwind 1-5. Alright, guys, let's say we had an engine failure right here. Let's say the left engine just crapped out, went like this. The left engine is the critical in this airplane, so went like that. First thing, obviously, you're going to add your rudder in for any loss of control you're going to have. You go mixture, prop, throttle. You put everything full forward like this. Obviously, the left engine would come too, because you just don't know what has failed at this point. Then you identify, we have dead foot. So my right foot is working right now. I'm having right rudder. My left foot's not doing anything. So dead foot, dead engine. The left has failed. Left thrust receiver is down. And we'll go left mixture. Left prop. Feather. And you'll see it's going to stop there. and it's going to feather, which means the blades are going to go in the direction of the airflow for less drag. You see immediately we get some climb out of that, and now we're going to save the working engine. We're going to be landing, so we'll keep these in full anyways. Alright, let's go ahead and go flap. Maximum of 20 with our engine failure. We'll go gear down as well to make sure that works. Brampton traffic, it's Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima, simulated engine failure from the downwind, turning base 26, correction 15, Brampton. I can't look down, but it's somewhere out there. Oh, there it is. Okay, we're way too high. Yeah, I really wish I could fix my Tobii eye tracking to work a bit better, but unfortunately I can't. I gotta do a lot of settings. Do 20 degrees right there. Oh, a little bit more. Right there is 20 degrees. Brampton traffic, Foxtrot Yankee Alpha Lima's final 15. This is a single engine with flap 20. The gear is down 3 green. A lot of rudder, a lot of aileron to keep where we're going here as I add in add a reduced power. And it looks like we have a wind, so I'm going to add some more right rudder. A lot smaller runways than we've been on. Whoop. Bring her over there. She wasn't ready to land just yet. We add in our brakes. Go full yoke up. Full yoke up with brakes should not bring the nose in the air. I've never flown this airplane, but I'll put like $100 on it. That at 60 knots with wheel brakes, this would not make the airplane go in the air. I'm gonna fix these rudders because they're way too sensitive. Controls. Let's go ahead and turn realistic steering on. Oop. Did we stop? There we go. That's better. Because what's happening is it's using my nozo steering and the rudder at the same time. Let's go ahead and restart our engine here. So we're gonna go thrust lever, come up a little bit. Prop full forward. Make sure full forward. Give a kick on that side. There we go. Everything kind of working nicely now. If you guys had that engine failure on the takeoff, you do mixture prop throttle, everything forward, flaps and gears up, identify, verify, and then mixture prop throttle. And we're at the airport we started at. I've heard trimming in a real aircraft 172 is easier than in the sim. Does the force feedback yoke make the any different? So the trimming sensation is much better with a force feedback yoke. I can guarantee you that. What's not better in the sim, my thing doesn't want to turn right here. What's not better in the sim is some airplanes. I don't know if this is correct, but some airplanes, like the trim amount is wrong. Like for 1 notch of trim, it does way too much or way too little. So I don't know. I can tell you on the 172, it does way too much for the 1 notch of trim. All right, let's do some after landing stuff. We'll turn Tobii off. I said off. So with realistic steering off, I have to use a keybind for this nozzle steering. It's just like really bad to do. So I've bound it to this little hat switch up here that I'm using. You guys want to see? You guys want to see anything else? Would you guys like to see? Let's see, like an engine failure on takeoff, or we can go take a 172 and do some like stalls or something. Thank you guys for watching and liking, by the way. Really appreciate you guys doing that. Yeah, I could tell by just the time in the airplane we wouldn't get too many people in here, but I appreciate the people that are in here. A lot of people like to come up a little bit later, and also for the airliner stuff. A lot of people don't like watching prop stuff. It's unfortunate. It is a lot of fun, but won't get you the views usually, at least for me. And we're back when we started this journey. We'll idle at 1,000, as we always do when we're stopped. We'll go ahead and bring our flaps back to neutral. Actually, we leave it in the up position. Avionics master can get turned off. Mixture go full cutoff. Throttles idle. Pumps and magnetos off. All our lights, alternator, and battery. Unplug our headset. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Little departure of what we usually do on the channel. Trying to get away from all the airline stuff we do. The Piper Aerostar 600 by A2A is a treat to own and a treat to fly. It's a ton of fun. Definitely worth the money that I paid for this as well. Also, by the way, guys, if you haven't seen my new video, I just released it on, oops, smack my camera there. Let's make sure it's still looking the right way. Yeah, it's looking the right way. Unplug it here. I just released it on the PU Air Korea autopilot or lighting panels that they have. So I'll show you in the bottom left here. This is one of them. This is the Airbus one. And they have one for the 37 and the Airbus. If you guys want to pick up this or their CDU or anything else from PU Air Korea, there is a discount code in the description. It's PUA10 YURSIM CFI. It also comes with this magnetically mounted stand, which is really cool. And you can put it anywhere you like. And that discount code saves you 10% on anything on the website as well. Really appreciate you guys watching, and I thank all the channel partners for being partners with us and giving us these discount codes and giving us stuff to review. I really appreciate all you. We'll see you guys in the next stream. I'll be starting a 3-day pairing starting tomorrow, so I'll kind of be away from home, but maybe I'll make some more content of the real stuff, some real RJ type stuff. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.